like chess set.
Oh, your chess set, yeah.
You should have
When
played.
Rourke
You should
schooled
have
you
played
over
your
and over.
brother. You should have played your brother for the chance to go.
No, because he
Go
would
on
have
your own.
lost. He's never won.
Well,
Well, I mean,
yeah, I'm 0-1 currently in my chess play.
I'll play you in chess. I have a +4 because of my intelligence.
It's a dex check, apparently.
It's a dex check.
Which
I have
makes no
+2
sense.
because of my dex. Well, games can be it's with tool proficiencies. It's at the DM's discretion, and games can be either they usually give you 2 stats for them. So they're usually dex or intelligence for games, and
Well, I always saw Dragon Chess not as a thought-provoking game, but more of a hands-on style game instead of thought-provoking.
absolutely. Now, if it were like classic, like if it were like Go or something like that, that would definitely be.
That'd be definitely the amp.
Yeah. So Rurik, let's go ahead and get our recap started. Oh, what is the link for your Twitch thing again, man? Because I
It's
want to
still
check my
on here.
mic volume. Is it still on here?
Yeah, it's still right there.
Yeah, I sent it to her so that way she could watch if she wanted to.
Where is it? It's so far back, I can't find
I mean,
it.
it's not far back at all. It's the last thing.
The
Oh,
very
was it?
last thing that was, yeah.
It is? Where?
Right about
Oh,
the
okay, I see it. Yeah, all right. I'm just blind.
Yep, you are.
All right, I'm gonna mute you guys real quick because I want to see what I sound like. So. All right.
Man, I was like looking at the clock. I was like 5:58. Huh. It's like, just like
I hate ads.
fuck. It's starting in 2 minutes. I was just bored dicking around. I got my new computer, so I'll be streaming on the current one because of reasons. Like I have to repeat the video feed over and over for this crap. So, like, because whenever I'm bringing things to my second computer, it's just a monitor capture. So I have to like take the monitor feed, shrink it down, take the monitor feed, shrink it down, take the monitor feed, shrink it down for all of us. So yeah, I'll start us off, and let me see if I can.
Someone needs to mute this stream.
Yeah, I heard the stream.
Well, it's not me.
I'm sorry, my headset is really just that loud, guys.
How is it? How is the stuff?
It's absolutely amazing. I love it. Thank you for the recommendation.
I can hear you so very well. I'm happy.
Oh, it's yeah. So the worst part was it all came in like a day or two ago. So like I've been rushing to like figure out how to use everything and learn everything about it and stuff like that. And then I got my desk today and had to put that together in like an hour before the session.
Oof.
Yeah. But if you notice, I'm not sitting on a floor now.
This is true. All right. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at my CPU usage. It's really high for some reason. I'm trying to close things, but I'm all closed off anyway.
I'm just checking stuff anyway, so you're good.
Okay, so it looks like we're starting at 5:30 tonight, guys. Sorry to let down you viewers who may be watching us.
That's fine. I will begin the recap presently.
No, you're all good, man. I'm in no rush.
Nor am I.
Previously on Exemplars of Autaria, episode 8, 1, 2, 6.
It's not the same one, man.
Oh,
That's not
shit.
the same one.
Cylons had taken over, and I just beat them back. Don't worry about it. Our party heads to a docking city named Maritown to purchase some horses. Hermie seems to be at odds mentally, but he doesn't want to share. Burke entices the party to share childhood stories, gleaning from their past. Vermi opens up a whole bunch. He seems to have been having a hard time coming to terms with him relishing in the thrill of combat and killing. The next day, we reach a river, and before we can traverse, A lizard folk pops out of the bushes and Vermi tries diplomacy. Apparently they are just hungry and in need of food and shelter. The village has become victim to a curse which forces all the flora and fauna to retreat/shrivel away. They had seen a human with a pale, white-haired genasi. Rurik feeds them and teaches them how to fashion shelters. They continue on to get some horses. Vermi begins to furiously note everything in town because he's never seen large bodies of water. Juga, the barkeep, tells us all the good info. Apparently, Ugar, way back from the city of Ukagar, took the inn from Juga, a fellow orc. And arm wrestling competition happens, and then Vermi and Rurik proceed to do as many push-ups as possible, ending in a tie. In the middle of the night, a white-haired, pale-skinned fire genasi walks into the inn and calls Vermilion by name, identifying himself as Lavis, or Lavis. Whatever. They proceed to have a chat. Thunder strikes from Rurik's home. Lavis is a follower of Chaos, and he seems to be taking issue with Vermi having crossed the endless desert. He asks if he has come across any crystal-like items, and he leaves without issue and disappears. As we approach the stables the next day, a familiar figure approaches. Soren's brother, Alexander. Rurik doesn't dilly-dally and buys the horses for the group while the two of them hash things out. Apparently, the Knight of the Derazin Templar has been assassinated. The Exemplar is in lots of dangers from various sources. Soren tells his brother about James, and he knows exactly who it is. Son of the Goldman family who helped the last Exemplar, hash out all the nastiness from long ago, at the end of the Fourth Age era. Alex trusts Soren to bring James back I said as much, but that doesn't make sense, as soon as possible. My bad. As we pass through the Valley of Emerald, overwhelming calm passes over us. Rurik thinks that this is where he would want to live when he settles down. As we pass by the tip of the mountain range, we approach two large creatures on a mountain step incline. They turn around and we see they each have a single eye. Rurik tries diplomacy. Vermi loses patience and attacks them so that we can pass. We handle the Cyclopses without issue and move on to the fields of nature. Vermi appears to have gained new abilities. We rush towards Answick. Muriel tells us to meet her at the temple so we can work together to drive the bandits back. Answick is a very organic, nomadic type of city, nature and civilization intertwined. As we enter the temple and spot Rurik's sister, I didn't finish my sentence. The animals apparently have repelled the bandits. Celine, the deep gnome, was a thing. Celine had attacked. Golog, the Goliath, is her Templar partner. We bring each other up to speed, and on the way to the tavern to celebrate our reunion, Soren's bag starts to vibrate. He quickly leads us all back into the room of the Citadel. When he looks in the bag, a golden dragon head pops out. And that is where we left off. Let's see what the adventures hold for our heroes today on Exemplars of Autaria.
I was reading that word for word as you were saying it.
All right, excellent. So let's jump into it. You guys, we look back. We kind of start, a little bit back in time. We get like the text in the bottom left. It says 40 years ago. And we see a familiar face, albeit a little younger. We see Barrett, accompanied by a female who looks very similar to Catherine, but maybe a little bit younger at the time, but looks very similar to Catherine. And a very, very kind of bulky type dwarf next to him. who carries like this big, huge like war hammer in one hand and a shield in the other. He they all approach, and Barrett walks up, and we see kind of in this cavernous area, we see like this big, huge like treasure hoard all amongst the cavern walls. And we kind of go through and we see like gold everywhere. We see gems. We see almost anything under the sun in terms of money. And we see chests that are filled with maybe like some crowns or maybe some art of certain types. And as we kind of like go and we move across, we see like kind of this dark figure approach out of the shadows of the cavern. And we see the gold reflect from the scales of this dragon-looking creature as it moves into the light of the torch, and the dragon comes down and moves its head down, and it speaks to the group of three and says, "I've been expecting you." And then Barrett kind of like looks almost frightened, but has the sense of calm about him, and he's like, "Hello, dragon. Nice to meet you." And he's like, "Why have you come here?" And he's like, "Well, we heard you were here." And the dwarf next to him, he's like, "We've come to take the gold." And Barrett looks over at him and says, "Shut up." And he's like, "What? I was being funny?" And the woman next to him and says, "Please, just shut up and let Barrett talk." And Barrett's like, "Thank you. Anyways, Gold Dragon, sir, what are we supposed to call you?" And he's like, "You may call me the Dragon of the West." And he says, "Okay, I was hoping for a name, but okay. Dragon of the West, we were looking for treasure here. Guess this is yours?" And he's like, "Yes. This is mine." And Barrett's like, "Well, I guess we can't take it if it's yours. We'll just leave you alone." And he's like, "Wait. You look as if you have powers of the magic variety." And he's like, "Yes, I'm one of the few." And he's like, "I have your assistance for something." And he like immediately like sweeps a golden egg towards Barrett with his tail. And he's like, "I ask that you take care of this. Put a time magic on it. Don't let it hatch for quite some time." And he's like, "Time magic? What do you want me to do? Keep it from hatching? Stall it in time?" And he's like, "Yes, I need it to be around later. 50 years maybe should do." And he kind of just looks quizzically at the dragon. And he's like, "I'm not sure exactly what you mean, but I can do this if that is what you require. And if that lets us leave peacefully, I'm okay with this." And the dwarf next to him, he's like, "We're not gonna fight him?" And he's like, "Please shut up." And he's like, the woman looks quizzically at Barrett as they kind of share like a glance real quick. And Barrett looks at the dragon and says, "I can do this. May not be known to us. Do you want us to do anything with it?" He's like, "I require it to be brought back here when the time is right. You'll know when the time is right. You'll see a blood dragon descend through a portal. I have been looking at the text here. It is when I need him back." And Barrett is like, "Very well. I will make sure it's returned here during that time." And he's like, "Excellent. Now, if you don't mind, you may leave without taking a single thing. Thank you." And you see Barrett bow and turn. The female also turns around. And the dwarf's like, "We're not even going to fight anything?" and he's like, we kind of see it fade out as like the other two have left, and he's just sitting there like just holding his hands up, and then he's like just runs up to catch up with them a little later as it fades out. And then we fade back up on this dragon head that's popped out of this bag all of a sudden. We basically pop up right as soon as the last one left off. Yeah, and the dragon is just like kind of looking at you, looking at like all four.
So as soon as it pops its head out, I'm closing the bag back on it.
Okay. Can I make a I'm assuming none of us know much about dragons, right?
They're not necessarily like a very big thing. Like I said, you know about the black dragon in the swamp.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't.
Albeit Vermilion doesn't. And then you know that there's actually, this is something Vermilion would know. There's actually a gold dragon in the mountain range near where Morristown is.
So this is what I would know?
You would know that there's a gold dragon in that mountain range. You don't know where in the mountain range, but you know it's in the mountain range because you've seen it fly by Morristown before.
Okay. So I'm not like totally shocked by dragons. Like I know that they still exist in the world,
Correct.
and that doesn't really. Okay.
The only two known in this area of Autaria is the gold and the black dragon, though, and of course the blood dragon that you guys have heard about.
But that's more recent. So though Vermilion doesn't know anything about the blood dragon, but would I know that a gold dragon isn't bad? Like it's not just going to like try to eat us.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. That's what I was worried about. I was like, shit, will my character even know this?
It's generally widespread knowledge that the chromatic dragons are the bad ones and that the metallic ones are the good ones.
Okay. I just wasn't sure with how, few dragons there are in the world, whether, anybody in this world would know. So
correct. Yeah. They're definitely known about, for sure.
Okay. I'm gonna look over at Soren and like, what are you doing? Let it out. Let it out.
Did I manage to close it? Like
yeah, you closed it.
Okay.
And I'm like reaching over, trying to, pull the bag open, let him out.
No.
He's gonna die. Let him out.
And I just kind of sit down and put my hands in my head and just, dear God, how many problems can we have at one time?
Come on, seriously though, like it's fine. It's a gold dragon. We're all good, Just open the bag, man. I'd love to ask it some questions.
I'm just kind of sitting there thinking, like.
Okay, well he's thinking I'm like still trying to pull the bag open. Just like, you gonna let me, Soren, or?
No.
If you do attempt to stop him, then we'll have to make rolls opposed to each other. My guess is athletics is the best one.
I mean, they're both the same for me, so.
We'll do athletics.
Okay.
Opposed athletics, Soren versus Vermilion.
But I'll be acrobatics to move my hand quickly.
You don't have to try.
You gotta be a 7, man.
I have a -2.
I know, but you gotta. There you go.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
So yeah, you keep it away from him pretty well. He's not very strong to pull it away from you.
Come on, Soren. Like seriously, that's a bag of holding. It's going to kill it if you keep it in there for too long.
I'm just ignoring him at this point and just trying to think through.
I understand we can
how this affects our current list of ever-growing list of problems.
We can think through it, but let's not leave the dragon to die in the bag. That's all I care about. I'm not going to do anything with it. I might pet it a little. But all we need to do is let it out. So it
what's your plan? Okay, so we say we let it out. What's your plan after that?
Talk to it.
And after that?
Figure out what it needs. I mean, what we need from it. I mean, dragons are important creatures. They are very powerful magical beings.
We're in a heavily populated city. Are we going to drag it around on a leash?
I told you we should leave the city. I knew it was in that bag. I told you we should leave the city, and you're like, no, let's go to the temple. Sit in the room. Wow, I'm being a total dick right now. Sorry. We can't let it die. That would be a horrible thing to do. These are inherently good creatures. Albeit a little dickish, but inherently good.
We can't walk around with a dragon.
We don't have to walk. Like we can put it in the bag later, but until we figure it out, let's not suffocate the poor thing.
If it's gonna have to suffocate because we have to keep this.
Well, okay. I feel like along the way, I identified the bag of holding, so I know all the information about it when we were walking back. So I know that it can last for 10 minutes at most, and that's it. So we would be able to get it out of the city later, but I just don't want it to die now while we're sitting here arguing about it. Like that's all I care about. That's all I need from you, Soren.
I'll open the bag once we have a plan.
Okay, Rurik. How can we contain this thing? What do we got? I can talk to it, maybe.
Pretty sure I've never seen a dragon.
Well, we know about. You have seen a dragon. You've seen
The
a big
one
black
big one.
dragon,
The one
Oh,
big
the black
one.
dragon. That's it.
and you ran away from it like scared.
I'll look to Catherine and ask.
Just like Brave Sir
How-
Robin.
I'll look to Catherine and ask. Is this dragon okay in this bag?
I should be fine.
For the next 9.5 minutes. It will suffocate to death. All living creatures in the bag, like Verme's saying this to you, all living creatures in the bag will die after 10 minutes.
Is there any truth to this, Catherine?
I identified the object. I'm the only one that knows.
Quick, put me in the bag. See if I can breathe.
I wonder who I would trust in this situation.
Let's put Rurik in the bag and we'll see.
You're not going
if
to trust
Rurik-
the genius who knows everything? No.
Put me,
Okay.
put me in the bag, and I'll see if I can breathe. It takes like 4 seconds.
You can breathe, but it's for a limited amount of time. There's only so much air in the bag, guys.
One
It's,
sec.
it's an extra dimensional space that can only hold so much air. And
I
as
thought you could
keep
just hold your
breathing-
breath.
Oh yeah, so you can hold your breath indefinitely. I mean, I can, but but
Sorry, Mr.
that's beside the point.
Superhero.
I feel like you guys all noticed that I haven't taken a breath this entire conversation. I've just literally been talking
Yeah,
the whole time.
It can last 10 minutes, correct?
I've noticed it a while ago. I'm sure.
It's
Yes,
still
it does-
unnerving.
It does have unlimited. It does have unlimited air. So Catherine would say, it should be fine for a little bit, but not very long. We need to get it out in the open.
We can't very well walk around with a dragon.
I understand that, and we can get out, maybe in the night, travel out of the town, and just keep it on a low profile, keep it in the bag as much as we can. But we have to let it breathe. We can't let it die.
Especially if our mission is to bring that to the mountain.
Mission, pet dragon, awesome. Come on,
And
let's
again,
befriend it first, and then we'll take it back to the mountain.
we need to actually think this through and stop rattling on a bad dragon. We have to get this to a mountain that's weeks away.
I mean, it's going to take some time to travel through the mountains, yes.
So we have to somehow take a dragon.
Yes. And why start off on a bad note, forcing it to suffocate in a bag, when we can befriend it and it'll just
It's
go
not-
with us?
You just said it can last 10 minutes, so it doesn't suffocate for 10 minutes. It can breathe for 10 minutes.
Okay, how would you react if you're like, "Oh, I'm alive," and got shoved into a bag of extra dimensional
It just
space?
hatched out of an egg. I think it's used to that environment.
God. I'm still rude, Soren.
What were you gonna call him?
I'm sorry, Rook. I don't mean it.
Oh, I look like I have a terrible headache at this point.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, I'm talking, so I'm sure you do.
So now we have to fend off an attack of bandits who are quite well mobilized. We have to find a man and bring a dragon out of the bag every 10 minutes.
Yeah, sounds about right. I mean, dragons are strong. I mean, I assume even so at birth, so it is survivable. As soon as we're away from people, it won't. It's not like we have to keep it in the bag as long as it's not going to leave. And I mean, they're intelligent creatures, so I don't think they're just going to run. It's not just going to run from us as long as we're kind and feed it.
You have no idea what you're saying.
I
have
do
no
not,
idea what
but I do know that gold dragons are good.
The baby.
That's-
What harm can it do?
Probably
Right?
it's not independent. It's
Oh,
an
of
adult.
course. I understand. I'm not saying, okay, I may have said that we should keep it as a pet, but I'm not saying now that we should keep it as a pet. Now that I'm thinking about it, we should make it a friend. Traveling with more friends is always good, isn't it?
Uh,
And who are we delivering it to, anyways?
a bigger dragon.
Do we actually know? Do we actually, as players, know that?
No, we're bringing it to a mountain.
Not,
Oh, I know it.
Could I make it?
told
I think it's pretty obvious at this point, though, to make an assumption about it.
Yeah, I guess because I know that it's in the mountains and we're heading for the mountains. So
Correct.
yeah. Okay.
He told me in private, right? So I'm apparently just now telling you all we're taking it to a dragon.
See, we're taking it to its parent and or abductor.
I don't think it's its parent. Because the one we're taking it to is apparently not very nice.
The one we're taking to is the gold dragon, is it not?
I don't think he told me that. He just told me.
Well, the only dragon I know of in
He
the
told
mountains
me
is
it
the
might not
gold
kill me
dragon.
if I give it the gift. So I'm assuming it's evil.
What?
Yeah, this does seem very strange to you, Vermilion, that he would say the gold dragon is evil.
What are
I
you
didn't say-
talking about?
I
The
didn't
gold
say.
the gold dragon is kind. Ish.
Does it talk to us? Can it talk? Have we even
Do I
tried
know
talking
I
to
don't
it?
know it's gold.
No, he stuffed it in a bag. Of course it can't talk to us. It's in an extra dimensional space right now.
Thorin, what do you have to fear from a child? Come
I
on.
don't have anything to fear. We have to think things through before we start playing with the dragon.
Well, yeah, but we can't play with it if it's dead.
Right? I mean, we've got
Thorin, did you never have pets growing up? Things need air to live.
we've got about 6 minutes left before this thing suffocates.
Catherine speaks up and says, Soren, I understand that it's a hard time and everything, but we can't let it die. It's not right.
I handed the bag to Callum.
You hand
Thank
it back
you,
to
Catherine.
Okay, so Catherine hesitantly opens the bag, and the dragon kind of crawls out of the bag and onto the ground.
I immediately, when it crawls out, try to establish a telepathic contact with it to see if it'll work. Doesn't
I
work.
am Mama.
Hello.
Let me
go
look
ahead.
real quick at the thing just to make sure that it works.
Oh, you're gonna look at the stat block.
I'm gonna look at a couple of things.
Oh, go ahead. I mean,
So,
And
are you gonna do this with everybody? Yeah.
not at the moment. At least until I know that it works.
Okay, so you're just gonna do your telepathic link.
Maybe not with Soren at all, because he's being mean.
um,
I don't want him to offend our new friend.
Okay.
fuck, I never have it prepared when I need it.
What?
Okay.
Tongues.
All right, speak what you want to speak to it.
Hello. I am Vermilion. These are my friends here. What is your name, if you do have one already, or if you would like, I can give you one.
Hello, I have no name.
Okay. Well, for now, I mean, I guess I will refer to you as no name until you. I think it would be better if you decided for one for yourself. After all, everybody should have a choice in that matter.
I'll think of one.
Okay. I'm.
How are you talking to me?
Oh, yes, I have this amazing power. It allows me to talk through my mind to other people's minds. In fact, I can actually allow you to talk to my friends as well. Except for that one. He's a little grumpy right now. He's having a bad day. It's okay. But if you would like, I can do that for you, so you can talk to everybody.
Grumpy. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's just not. He's very stressed out. He's got a lot on his mind, a lot on his plate. So don't hold it against him. It's just, it's a bad month for him.
What are you?
Me, I am a human.
Human.
I know. I look a little different. My friend Soren, the one who's having a bad day, is also a human. Rurik over here, and I point to Rurik. This is a dwarf, or gnome. Sorry, I always get that mixed up. He was a dwarf, but then he died and became a gnome.
What's a dwarf and now's a gnome? That sounds fantastic.
Absolutely right. I said the same thing. Anyways, and this one over here is, she's a half elf, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. This one over here is a half elf, and her name is Catherine.
Half elf, half elf, half what?
Half human, I believe so, but it's possible she might be something else. I mean, she hasn't really talked much about that particular thing.
Boy.
But if you would like, I would be more than happy to connect you to their minds if you want to talk to them as well.
More friends.
Yeah. Okay. See, exactly what I was thinking, and I connect to everyone except for Soren.
Okay.
Muriel, Golag.
Okay, everybody. This is the first time I'm
Yeah,
actually.
how many people can you do?
6 people in total,
okay.
including
Okay,
myself,
so-
or not including myself. 6 other people. So
Okay, so everybody in the room besides Soren can hear this.
yeah. So everybody testing this out for the first time. We haven't actually used this. Can everybody hear me?
Catherine
Yeah.
says yes.
Okay. Good. Now, the
And
dragon.
Muriel and Golag both say yeah.
The dragon can hear us right now. He seems to
Hello.
be very intelligent and able to talk to us, as you can see for yourself now. If you guys have any questions or wish to talk to it, go ahead. I will be the relay for now.
Hello.
Hi. My name is Rurik Fireforge.
Hi, Rurik.
How's it going?
Oh, good. Just hatched.
Yeah. See, he's very nice, very kind. I like this dragon.
Insight check. Can I have an insight check with telepathy?
I don't think you can insight
No.
check this. He's not speaking exactly, so you
Dang
can't
it.
tell tone of voice here.
Yeah, there's not. I have to have a special ability just to be able to tell if people are lying. So.
Trust him implicitly.
Take what he
Anyway.
says with whatever grain of salt you want to.
Yeah, and then all right. Anyways, so there are a few things we need to discuss with you, and I go ahead and connect Soren. Just so he's in the conversation now. By the way, the grumpy one is going to be joining us in just a moment, and then I connect him.
Okay.
And yes, there's a few things we must discuss with you. Probably let you know. How much do you know about your current situation, besides the fact that you just hatched?
Situation? What situation?
Well, we were asked to do something. Involved transporting you. At that time, we did not know you were going to hatch, but I was just wondering if you knew anything about that.
Nope. Just came around.
Do you know anything about your parents?
He like sits there quizzically for a moment, as like he sits on the ground and it rolls on the ground and says, "Nope, don't got anything."
Huh. Interesting. Well, yeah. Any questions, guys?
I mean, he
Any help?
knows literally the past 10 seconds of information.
Okay.
So I
Well,
think
hey, I don't know. Dragons could be very well aware of their surroundings when they're in an egg. I'm not aware of this, so. Well then, we should just be straight with him, I believe, Soren.
is it okay? So I'll ask you: was it uncomfortable for you to be in the bag?
Uncomfortable. Well, no, it's actually pretty nice, albeit losing air.
See, told you so, Soren.
So we're in a bit of predicament. We're in a large city. People seeing you might act a bit weirdly. So we have to put you in the bag from time to time, just for a short burst.
Ooh, I like meeting new people.
I don't.
But you
see
must
the way
be
to do about it.
you must be aware. It's very hard to refer to you without a name. I'm sorry. For now, is it alright if I just call you Dragon?
I'm a dragon, so sure.
Can we call him Ruben?
Ruben. That is a good name, Rurik, but I feel like if he decides to pick it for himself, then yes.
How do you feel about Ruben?
You just called me Ruben.
I feel like you're leading the witness there a little bit.
Yeah, Ruben, Dragon. Do you like the name Ruben?
Ruben, he said it. He's on the boat.
He's like, I don't know. I don't have any comment on it.
Don't let him force you into
Well, then yes, yeah, we won't force the name on you, but for now I will refer to you as Dragon. Anyways, what was I trying to say? Oh yes, Dragon. There are things you should know. Dragons aren't necessarily viewed very well in the world. Sometimes people
Why
can be
not?
very frightened. People can be very frightened of what you're capable of, especially when you grow older. It's more fear for them than anything else. We just don't want you to get hurt. So we will introduce you to people, I'm sure, as we travel. I mean, this is a good group of friends to start with, I would say. But we at least in larger cities need to tone it back a little. So.
But I'm a small little guy, easy to hide. Easy.
Absolutely, and that's all we'll have to do is from time to time we'll ask you to hide so that way people don't notice you and freak out. But then we will, I'm sure we'll introduce you to people along the way.
Oh boy.
All right, that sounds great. Now, about the discussion at hand. And I say to Dragon, if you wouldn't mind, I need to discuss something with them about what's going on. So I'm going to end the telepathic contact with you for just a moment, and we will be back in just a moment. All right?
Okay.
Okay. And I disconnect him from the group and be like, oh shit, man, I don't know what the fuck I'm getting myself into.
So for clarification,
Sorry,
clarification,
I've been distracted with technical problems.
Oh, okay. So he didn't say I'm taking him to a gold dragon, did he?
No.
He just said a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
But I mean,
So-
I've basically told you the only dragon I know of in the mountains is a gold dragon. So
Yeah, but that's in a completely different area.
no, it's in the Dares Mountain range. There's a gold dragon that lives in the Dares Mountain range.
Correct.
Oh, you said I thought his town was like super far away.
No, I'm just on the other side of the Endless Desert.
Just
Okay, it's called the Endless Desert because you can't navigate through it. Not
a
no
quick
idea
30-year. Just a quick 30-year jaunt and you're there.
Oh, I got lost. That's why it took me so long to get through it.
36 years.
Everybody can get through there.
Anyway,
I'm going to be right back.
Oh,
My
I
audio
didn't
is
realize
fucking
the
up, so I have
map.
to restart.
So there is more of the map than what you don't see. That's where Vermilion is from. He's from Moorestown.